chew sounds of telephones and unwrap any candy or cough drops. The exits, as indicated by attendant gestures, are behind you and to my side. In this performance, the part of Chair of Joint Chiefs will be played by Nathaniel Brodsky. We thank him for stepping in. And also, please do not forget to vote on Tuesday, November 8th. It's really important. And without further ado, this is Greg in charge. Thanks for coming.
Alright, what would you like? I'll have a rum and coke.
Yes,
So this is it?
sure is.
All comes down to this.
Yeah, right down to this.
Look, they're even talking about it right now. You know what I heard the other day? These might be the most unpopular candidates that we've ever had, and tomorrow, one of them's going to be elected president. Can you believe that?
Alright, so we're out of lines, so I just put one of those little umbrellas.
Yeah, sure, not a problem.
No problem.
Isn't that unbelievable?
That's pretty unbelievable.
You know, I'm so tired of these politicians. They're so predictable. They say whatever it is that they have to say to get into office, and then once they're there, they don't give a damn about people like us.
No, they don't spare a thought, do they?
Yeah, not a thought. You know, we could really use someone to get in there and shake things up. And not another one of these career politicians. Someone who's worked a real job.
Yeah, but wait, what do you mean by a real job?
Come on, like a real job like our job?
Do you want the president to be a traveling salesman?
No, not exactly a traveling salesman.
Okay, I just don't know what you mean. You mean like a tech job or a manufacturing job or like Uber driver? Uber Eats? Like Uber Cool? Uber Black?
You know what? Just forget it, okay?
I'm sorry.
What I'm trying to say is, what if the president were someone like you and me?
Sorry guys, just practicing my miniature harp. It's great.
Get some sound on it.
You know what? I'm gonna call it a night.
Okay, hey, don't forget to vote tomorrow.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Sweet.
What? Stupid goddamn notification. What? No, CNN. I don't care who's campaigning in Iowa tomorrow. It's 3 a.m. and I'm trying to sleep. Oh, for God's sake. What the hell's knocking at my bedroom door?
Where have you been?
Who the hell are you?
Sir, it is too early in the morning to be playing games. Come on, let's go.
Let's go where? Where did that table go?
Here is your daily briefing, sir.
Daily briefing. Sir?
And here's a tie. You need to wear a tie.
Okay.
You're not campaigning in some coal mining town in Kentucky. You're in meetings all day today.
Campaigning?
Yes, campaigning. Remember a few months ago when you asked people to vote for you? That's called campaigning. Enough games, please. Who knocked this picture over?
That's me.
Yes, that's you, and that is your daily briefing. Read
I
it.
never posted that picture.
Yes, you did. Here is a picture of you posing.
Look, okay, this has got to be a misunderstanding of some kind. My name is Greg.
Yes, your name is Greg, and I'm your chief of staff. Now you, Greg, are going to read this daily briefing in time for your daily cabinet meeting at 9 a.m., which is in 23 minutes.
Okay, if this is a dream, then you're obligated to tell me that this is a dream. I mean, it's my dream after all, so I demand that you tell me if this is a dream.
The honeymoon phase. Start reading or you'll dream that you never won that election in the first place.
The hell is all this? Cabinet meeting, press conference, radio address? People still listen to the radio? Oh my God. I'm the President of the United States. Who cares if this is real or not? I mean, it's pretty cool. I'm the President. Me. Greg. I'm the President. Oh God. I don't know anything about being President. Shit, did I read the Constitution?
I'm telling you, these miniature harps are so easy to learn. I have terrible dexterity, and I picked it up in Good morning, Mr. President.
Good morning.
Your meeting with the Secretary of State has been moved up to now.
Interior.
Okay, that's fine. It's a pleasure to meet you.
That's nice, but we've already met.
Right. Well, let's get started. What's the matter?
It's the parks, sir.
The parks.
The national parks.
What about the national parks?
They've gone missing.
What?
I'm kidding, that makes no sense.
Good morning, Secretary of the Interior.
Thanks. Anyway, we're trying to visit Yellowstone National Park. A large forest fire has broken out and caused some serious damage.
How serious are we talking?
Well, I'm not saying that the entire park could burn to the ground, leaving only behind a pile of ashes where one of America's greatest treasures once stood, but it's a possibility.
Wow, what should we do?
Well, after speaking with the director of National Park Service and several experienced park rangers, the best course of action is to put a lot of water on the fire.
Is that another joke?
Mr. President, this is nothing to joke about. This is Yellowstone we're talking about. Our first national park home, Old Faithful.
Okay, yeah, sure. Put a lot of water onto the fire. That sounds like a good idea. You have my approval.
Thanks, but technically this is in your approval anyway.
You're welcome. Is he always like that?
Pretty much.
No, I never thought issues like this reached the president's desk.
You wouldn't think so, would you? Anyway, you're meeting with the Secretary of State.
Mr. President, I'm so glad you're here.
Isn't this my office?
And I'm glad you're here. In your office. Listen, we may have a bit of a crisis on our hands.
What is it?
It's Finland, sir.
What about Finland?
It's gone missing.
Good one, Secretary.
Why is that even funny?
I'm sorry, sir. Just an attempt at levity. Anyways, I have to tell you that our good diplomatic relations with Finland may have been put at risk.
Great, what have you done this time?
I do not like your tone. Anyways, as you know, yesterday night I attended a conference of Scandinavian leaders in Helsinki. Just got back this morning. Thanks for asking. And you know how these things can be so boring. So I downed a few glasses of the traditional Nordic spirit.
You can't have that here.
It was a diplomatic gift. Chill. Anyways, later in the evening I ran into who I thought was the Norwegian Prime Minister. Except
what?
well, she was not the Norwegian Prime Minister. Turns out she was the Finnish Prime Minister.
Well, that doesn't sound like a crisis at all to me. Sounds more like a typical Friday night, huh? This one knows what I'm talking about. Okay. I don't understand humor.
Do you know anything about Scandinavian politics?
Not really, but do you?
Yes. Kind of. I happen to know the Finns are a very proud people. So proud, in fact, they do not take kindly to being mistaken for Norwegians. More importantly, Norway's a member of NATO. Finland isn't, but they very well could be soon, and as you know, Russia's been acting up lately. So we wanted to shore up our defenses by stationing nuclear weapons in Scandinavia.
Okay, so we put nuclear weapons in Norway?
Wrong. We put them in Finland. Like I said, the Finns are a proud people. And
neighbors to the east. They wanted to protect themselves from Russian aggression. We wanted them to join NATO. So we put the nukes in Finland, and they paid for a base in Lapland.
Yeah, that sounds like a great plan to me.
It's called geopolitics, sir. But I think you're missing the point.
Okay, go on.
Half a bottle of it off of it later, we have a crisis on our hands. The Finnish Prime Minister was offended, and now she feels neglected. She wants us to pay for the nuclear weapons base. But we don't have the money. What if we don't?
What if we don't?
Like, I don't exactly know, but it can be good.
Okay, I can handle this. Why don't we get the Finnish ambassador on the phone and I'll officially apologize.
You don't think I tried already? The Finns are not returning our calls. I even tried saying, please hold to the President of the United States. You know, like when you're about to come on the line? That just made them hang up faster.
Do you have any ideas?
Well, we could summon the Finnish ambassador to the White House. Do you want me to call the Finnish embassy?
Yes, do that. It sounds like a great idea.
I was just about to suggest that myself, Mr. President. Great idea. Let me know when the Finnish ambassador arrives.
She doesn't seem like she knows what she's doing.
Well, you appointed her.
Yeah, I guess I did. So maybe I don't know much about diplomacy or forest fires, but hell, I'm a businessman. Spent my whole adult life going door to door selling things to people. How different can politics be? The golden rule of sales is know your buyer, so I just have to figure out what the ambassador wants and how I can sell it to him.
You know I can see you when you do that.
When I do what?
When you walk like 5 feet away and start talking to yourself.
Oh.
Mr. President!
Mr. President!
Yes, what's happening?
Sir, Secretary of Defense is not patriotic, constitutional duty to inform you that we have a bit of a crisis on our hands.
What is it?
It's Russia, sir.
Well, tell me it's gone missing.
What? No.
Oh, it was just
Sir, this is no time to joke. The Joint Chiefs have just briefed me on a situation developing along the Finnish-Russian border.
According to our intelligence, Soviet, Russian troops have been crossing into Finland without permission from the Finnish government.
And we tried to call the Finnish Prime Minister's office, but for some reason no one's answering the phone over there.
Well, luckily I've already summoned the Finnish ambassador to the White House.
I don't think that'll be necessary, sir. Once we get through to the Finns, we can issue a joint statement about the nuclear weapons we recently installed in Finland. Going public should deter Soviet, Russian aggression and end this would-be invasion before it begins.
So, there is no real need to panic.
Well,
What did it say?
about those nuclear weapons in Finland,
What about them, sir?
hypothetically, what would you say if we no longer had access to those nuclear weapons?
We'd be quite big.
We'd be fucked! I mean, the Russians would just invade Finland and then just start the biggest nuclear standoff since the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Get the Secretary of State in here right away.
Sure thing, Mr. President.
Mr. President, is there something we should know about?
Because I want you to know that if there's about to be a nuclear crisis, I did not sign up for this shit!
Neither did I.
You ran for president!
Then I guess I did.
Mr. President, I'm glad you called me in because there's something you should know. According to our intelligence, Russian troops have been crossing into Finland without permission from the Finnish government.
I know.
And given the state of our diplomatic relations with Finland, this could be a disaster.
I
So
know.
I think we need to act quickly and decisively.
I know.
No need to test you, sir. Just stating the facts.
Sorry, okay? It's just, this whole thing is your fault. You offended the Finnish Prime Minister.
You did what?
Oh, God!
You hogwash, fly-brained idiot. Do you realize what you've done? Finland was months away from joining NATO, and now they're days away from becoming a member of the Soviet Russian protector.
Have all of our nukes. We just gave them
Oh,
nukes!
I'm sorry, okay? I had a few drinks of
You what?
Mr. President,
about the water.
Right, okay, so we've been putting a lot of water on the fire, but it's not working. Right now, a large chunk of Montana is on fire, as well as most of Wyoming.
Oh, those poor people.
Worse than terrible.
Now, you know that this rate, it could spread to Idaho, and then to Oregon,
What's that?
maybe even to California.
My God, we need to stop this fire before John Stamos and the entire Pacific Northwest go up in flames. Mr. Secretary, what can we do right away?
With all due respect, Mr. President, there won't be a Pacific Northwest if we don't find a solution to the Finland crisis right away.
Oh, God. Nothing.
This is a disaster. I have no idea what to do.
You're right, but I don't think this could get any worse.
Yeah, we're pretty fucked.
Finnish ambassador was supposed to be here half an hour ago. Where is he?
He's en route, Mr. President.
What the hell is going on? First, a forest fire becomes a raging inferno, and then a drunk diplomat insults Finland, and now a nuclear war with Russia could happen at any minute. Isn't anyone here capable of doing their job? I don't know if I can do this.
Mr. President! A pleasure.
Yes, very pleasant. Look, Ambassador
Hamalainen.
Hamalainen.
Now!
Well, the United States has made a terrible mistake in insulting your country. And I just wanted to officially apologize on behalf of my Secretary of State.
Mr. President, it is an honor to be here in the Oval Office. But I'm afraid I have no idea what you're talking about.
You don't?
No, I don't. In fact, I haven't been able to get in contact with my government for several days. Every time I call, no one picks up.
Wow, I didn't realize the Finns were so petty.
Excuse me?
It's not important. Listen, Ambassador, I don't have time to explain all the details right now, but we have intelligence that says Russian troops are pouring across the border into your country.
What?
Yes, and nukes that we stationed there are now, of course, at risk. We also have reason to believe that Finland is prepared to shun NATO and form an alliance with Russia.
Are you sure you're talking about Finland?
Sure as hell I'm talking about Norway. I'm not messing that one up again.
Mr. President, do you find this amusing? In Finland, we would call this kind of behavior rude behavior. I did not realize you cared so little for my country.
Wait, Ambassador Hamlin.
It's Hamlin. And I am leaving at once. It is apparent my country needs me.
Wow, I had no idea Finns were so thin-skinned.
You are officially banned from making any assumptions about the Finns.
Mr. President, I've just received word that the Vice President has arrived at the White House and will be here any second.
Oh, thank God.
Great.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Hi. Hello. Here. Oh, yes. Thank you.
television this morning, or anything?
Madam Vice President, it is so good to see you.
Madam Vice President, thank God you're here.
You have no idea how much we need you.
Well, it's great to see you as well, friends. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Wonderful to see you all.
Sir, I've got to hand it to you. You really know how to pick a running mate. I mean, a Spanish-speaking, two-term governor and 10-time congresswoman from the Midwest who served in the Marines and owned a small business before getting into politics? I mean, come on. It's almost like she was created in a lab.
Mr. President of this trusted chief of staff, how great it is to see you both. What's on the agenda today, Mr. Crack?
Again, have you seen or read any version of the news? There's quite a lot on the
The
agenda.
more the merrier. Oh, and by the way, who do I have to charm around here to get a hot cup of Joe? Thank
Madam Vice President, the President is right. There is a lot on the agenda, starting with the Red County aggression in Finland.
Oh, Finland, yes. You know, when I was the chair of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, which I was for 8 years, I got to meet with the Prime Minister in Helsinki, and oh, what a trip that was.
Okay, I need everyone to snap out of it right now.
What's the matter, Mr. President?
Who? Remember?
Who?
Well,
Yes. Boom. As in, if we don't act fast, we're going to be looking at World War III.
World War III, oh, you know, when my grandfather served in World War II, he was a ward of the Communist Party. And when I'm on the campaign trail, I always say
This
that
is not
he
the
was
time
one
for your
who said
stump
yes.
speech, Madam Vice President. The Finnish ambassador just stormed out of here in the middle of a diplomatic crisis. We have to get in contact with the Finnish government. You've been there. Do you have any contacts? I said, do you have any contacts?
Oh, me? Oh, no, that's really not my cup of tea. Yeah. But there's my cup of Joe.
It's like a self-checkout machine came to life.
That's good.
You're the Secretary of State. What do you think we should do?
Well, I do have one idea.
What is it?
Back channels.
Back here.
Back again.
What are back channels?
Yeah, what are back channels? For the sake of the Interior Secretary's understanding.
If we went through a back channel, it would mean going through another country to talk to Finland. Preferably a mutual ally.
Okay, I see. Who do you have in mind?
Mr. President,
Yes.
you have a meeting with the French ambassador, and I'm told the ambassador has just arrived.
Wow, you're not a fan of advance notice, are you?
Don't you see, Mr. President? This is the perfect opportunity. We can negotiate with Finns through the French.
Well, fix me up and call me perfect. Mr. President, that is pretty. Surprisingly so. All we need is someone who can charm the French ambassador and help us out. Someone who can grease, shine, wine, and dine. Someone with pizzazz.
Well, I just can't do it, okay? I can't do it!
You have to. We need you.
Your country needs you.
Mr. President, look at me. You can see right through me, okay? I kiss babies, I shake hands, I cut ceremonial ribbons with large scissors. I don't do international diplomacy.
Look, I get it. You don't feel like you're qualified for the job. You feel like an imposter. Like you don't belong here. Before I became president of these United States, I was a traveling salesman. Hell, I'm fairly certain I'm still a traveling salesman. I knew next to nothing about politics. Still, when my country came calling, I answered the call. It was less of a call and more of a demand, I guess, but you catch my drift. And now, your country is calling you. So when the Finnish ambassador walks through that door, I need you to shake his hand. I need you to charm him. And I need you to kiss that baby.
Hold on. What baby?
Goddamn metaphor.
To be honest, I was a little confused about the baby, too.
Never mind the baby, okay? Just focus on the French ambassador. When he arrives, I need you to persuade him to help us restore diplomatic relations with the Finns. Time is not on our side. So, can you do it?
Well, of course, Mr. President, I can do it.
Look.
Uh-oh.
God, I almost forgot about the fire.
Fire?
Yes, the fire that is consuming the entire Pacific Northwest. I feel like this should be bigger news than it is.
Mr. President, this is bad. Like network television address to the nation bad.
Rest of the nation. And we're live in 5, 4, 3.
My fellow Americans, as I speak, a great blaze is bearing down on the great state of California and has already left a trail of fiery destruction across the states of Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, Oregon, and Washington. It's such a challenging time. Americans look to their president for words of laddership. It's leadership. While we mourn those who lost their lives to what some are calling the Big Fire of 2016. While we mourn their lives, they live on in memory. And while we also mourn the lives of the many, many animals that also died, they are merely animals, so we should not mourn them for too long. Let me now speak directly to Californians. Hello, Californians. Although a fire can turn your body to ash, it cannot also turn your spirit to ash. We will overcome this tragic natural disaster, not just because we're Californians, but also because you're Americans. We will continue to put a lot of water on the fire in the hopes of extinguishing it. And if you have some water of your own, do not hesitate to find the fire and put that water on it too. We could use all the help we can get. And to conclude, we must stay strong during this trying time. God bless California, and God bless these United States.
Great job, Mr. President.
That's exactly what the nation needs right now.
President, I couldn't have said it better myself.
Mr. President, I have to say, I'm pretty proud of myself. But also of you, that was a great speech.
Do any of you hear what you're saying? Millions of people have died, and apparently a lot of animals, food. And you're congratulating me. For what? The tone deafness in this room is unbelievable.
Well, I, for one, thought it was an average at best.
There's got to be someone in this building who exhibits some semblance of sanity.
Mr. President, the French ambassador is waiting outside. Should I tell him to come in?
So let me get this straight. Just when the Senate you put the weapon in Finland. Then your Secretary of State and so to speak, Prime Minister, and now you can the recipe.
That is correct.
So I'm here. You do not have French, right?
Yeah.
Excusez-moi.
Nothing. Listen, Ambassador, you're here because we need your help. You ever heard of a back channel?
Back channel, of course, I heard of a back channel. What about the back channel?
Well, since we are allied with France and France is allied with Finland, we were hoping we could... use your help to help us restore good diplomatic relations with the Finns. The Russians don't know about the nukes that we've stationed there, and going public about the nukes would deter Russian aggression and prevent a full-scale invasion. At least, we hope.
Okay. What's in it for France?
Funny you should ask. Ambassador, do you have any kids?
No, I'm childless. By choice.
Ambassador, do you have any nieces or nephews?
No, I'm an only child. By choice.
Non, Protestant. My ancestors were persecuted by the Catholics in the 17th century. Monsieur President, may I smoke it here?
Definitely not.
Bad. Please get to le point.
Well, is that I do have kids, and boy, do I love the looks on their faces when they wake up in the morning. Little Tom just staring at me, and baby Allie giggling and giggling. It's their future that hangs in the balance if we don't act now.
The future of your children?
The future of every child on earth.
How do you figure the Vice President was not so near?
Of course, it was not very clear. Let me be clear. American and French children will have no futures if we don't act now. Is that really what you want?
Of course not. I am not some kind of monster who detests children. But do not think I do not see clear. Little guy, Monsieur President, you could deploy this, how you say, automated voice messaging system at me. It will not do another party to this charade. Au revoir, Monsieur President.
Wait! I'm not about to let another ambassador storm out on me. This is our best and only chance. I'm not about to blow it. I'm the goddamn President of the United States. The buck stops here. And if there's anything I can do, it's spew bullshit with the best of them.
Yes?
What? No, not you. Keep going.
Yes, Mr. President.
Ambassador, wait. There's got to be something that we can do to get you to help us. Just tell me what it is.
Now you are speaking my language.
We exactly that.
Never do that again.
Sorry, it's just I took French in high school. Never mind. Tell me what you want.
I'll tell you what I want. What I really want. I want something that belonged to France many years ago. Something you stole from us during a moment of weakness. Something that belonged to France once again.
Louisiana.
No, not Louisiana. Although if Louisiana is on the table.
No, Louisiana is not on the table.
It's fine, yes.
For the love of God, just tell me what you want.
It is the Statue of Liberté.
The hell is that?
Don't worry about that, it's not important. What do you say, Mr. President? You give me the statue, I help you repair your diplomatic relations with the, Norway? Finland! What do you say, Mr. President?
I say, that's a hell of a lot to ask. The Statue of Liberty was a gift from the French, wasn't it?
That is a lie. Both of them are with school teachers, like most of history. And this, Monsieur President, is my banner of fair. It is the statue of Auguste.
But it's a symbol of freedom. It's an American emblem. I can't just give it away. I don't even have the authority to do that. I have to get congressional approval. Ah.
Au revoir, Monsieur President.
Okay, fine. You can have it. Just on one condition. You have to pretend that it was stolen.
Why would we do that?
I'd rather be the president who just gave away the Statue of Liberty than I'd rather be the president who just ended the world than the one who just gave away the Statue of Liberty to the French.
Fine, it is a commander. I will report back to you shortly.
Don't think I understood the power dynamics there.
How'd it go, sir? I'm pretty sure I just saw the French ambassador smoking in the White House, and that's probably a felony.
Well, all things considered, I think it went well. The ambassador will act as our go-between, and we should be through to the Finns very soon.
That's a relief.
Yeah, it is, for now.
Mr. President, I'm afraid we have another crisis on our hands.
What is it?
It's the Statue of Liberty. The Director of National Park Park Service and several experienced park rangers just before me, the Statue of Liberty has disappeared.
Wow, that was quick.
This is no time for jokes. The fate of the entire world hangs in the balance.
This is no joke. The Statue of Liberty has disappeared. Just taken just moments ago.
Wow, that was also quick. Well, the proof is in the pudding. It's undeniable. The Statue of Liberty has clearly been stolen.
I wouldn't go so far as say it was stolen.
No, clearly it was stolen.
All right, if you say so. But I believe this matter should be investigated immediately.
I understand. Someone look into it.
And one more thing, Mr. President.
Yes.
I have Governor Stamos of California on the line.
How long have you had him on hold for?
Perhaps too long. Give me the phone.
Hello, Governor Stamos. Hello? John. Are you sure he's even on the line?
He was a few minutes ago. Hello? Okay. Okay, thank you.
What happened?
Oh, I don't know. There was a lot of screaming on the other end.
So the fire is sweeping through California?
That is correct.
Shouldn't you be more upset about this?
Mr. President, I'm extremely upset.
Yeah, I don't buy it.
Mr. President,
Yes.
the Defense Secretary and Chair of Joint Chiefs would like to speak with you.
Sure, why not? Send him in.
Mr. President. I heard you succeeded in getting the French ambassador to help us out. Nice work.
Thank you.
But I'm concerned it might be too late, even if you do get through to the fence.
Why would it be too late?
Well, think about it, Mr. President. We know so little about what happened that night in Helsinki. All we have to go on is...
Hold on. Should you do something about him?
Bless his heart. He's a lost cause at this point. Anyway, as I was saying, Mr. President, all we have to go on is what the Secretary of State told us.
Yeah, and?
Well, I've been thinking about that whole friendly Norway mix-up. Do you really think that's all there is to the story, just a case of mistaken identity?
I guess I haven't thought about it. I mean, I don't know much about Scandinavian politics.
Mr. President, it was you who appointed the Secretary of State. Did anything strange, anything red jump out in her background? Did anything foreign jump out during the vetting process?
I don't remember. Did anything red or foreign jump out to you?
Not to my knowledge.
Well, sweet Jesus H. Christ, it is all y'all know something.
Better question, has anybody seen the Secretary of State?
Astin!
Thank God you're here. This is the French ambassador.
I kind of figured it was the smell of the banquet.
Excusez-moi.
I'm sorry, Mr. French ambassador, but you came at a bad time. We were in the middle of an important revelation.
Pardon me. The next time I'm sailing away from nuclear annihilation and cleaning up after a young mess, I'll be sure to not collaborate pour un vent in.
So it worked today. We got through to the fence.
Sadly, no.
What happened?
I think we could not get through. It's like long glass on the film into there.
How do we do, Mr. President?
I don't know.
What were you saying about the Secretary of State?
Shit, get the Secretary of State in here right now.
Yes, sir.
Son, that's what I said. Get back here with my banana.
That's a funny joke.
Oh, Mr. President, I was just sitting in the rose garden waiting for someone to tell me something to do. I ran into my new friend over here.
At first I thought she was a statue.
You realize this is the Finnish ambassador, right?
What?
Yes.
Oh, well, it was lovely speaking with you, Ambassador,
How will I know
What a wonderful name that is, sir.
I'm very, very flattered.
Do you realize what you've done?
No.
You idiot. You might have just saved us all.
Oh, that's good, right?
Yes, the French ambassador, the Finnish ambassador stormed out here before, but Now that he's here again, we have a second chance. I need you to do your thing. We need you. For your country, remember?
Ambassador, perhaps we could work together on the nuclear issue.
I would love to. But your president has no respect for my country. And his rude behavior is appalling.
Don't worry about him. He's having a bad day.
Having a bad day like the Swedes.
Okay. Well, perhaps the two of us could work on the nuclear issue together. How's that sound?
You're back?
Who is this?
I'll tell you who it is. It's our friendly neighborhood comrade, the Secretary of State. Where the hell you been?
What do you mean, where the hell have I been?
Don't you play Dixie dumb with me. You might fool everybody else, but I see through your little act.
Okay, seriously, what are you talking about?
It was you the whole time. You made up the story about the Finnish Prime Minister. You are in league with the Soviets.
I think you might be overestimating just how stupid I am. I mean, how smart I am. Underestimating? The point is, I didn't make up the story. Why would I do that?
Because you are in league with the Russians. It all makes sense now.
No, it doesn't, because I'm not in league with the Russians. How about I accuse you of treason, you son of a bitch?
What the fly is that?
You idiots! It's like watching a bunch of damn squirrels find the nuts. Did you see who's really in the Russians? No.
You know, I'm
No,
sorry.
that's my kind
You have to spin it up in English.
Fun. This is the seal. She's a double agent.
At this point, I believe anything.
Don't be ridiculous. The vice president is the most American person I've ever met. Besides, I don't think she's programmed for treason.
Yeah. Well, why the hell should we believe you, tricksy little French boy?
Because I'm in league with the Russians too. It's a useful sound effect on the. You can drop the act now. The jig is
All right, I guess Jing is up.
You're a Russian spy?
Oh, Russian spy is never not a good term, but yes, essentially I am a Russian spy.
But the Cold War ended decades ago.
I know.
Just, I don't understand. Shouldn't we be getting Secret Service to apprehend them? I mean, they're Russian spies.
I would, sir. It's too late, isn't it?
Too late?
It is, sir. I've just received word that the Russians have reached Helsinki. They've overthrown the Finnish government and are now aware of the secret weapons program. They consider placing nukes so close to the border an act of war. They're threatening to launch a preemptive strike.
These are the Russians who made a peaceful country that plays victim all the same day, am I right?
I tell you what, if it's nuclear war they won't, it's nuclear war they'll get. Come on, boy, we gone to the Pentagon. Get the hell out.
Well, Greg, if it means anything, I always thought you had best intentions.
And if it means anything, I always thought you were an idiot.
And I trusted you. We had a deal. The statue, remember?
Americans, so trusting. Come on, let's get out of here with this idiot who thinks they can still have us arrested.
Why are you still here?
I'm greatly sure my country does not exist anymore. And this one could go up in flames at any second. It's a lot to process, okay?
Which reminds me, it is now about time to update you on the fire.
Get out.
Hey, honestly, yes.
good chunk of this is on me. Want to apologize for that. But everybody makes mistakes, right? I mean, I'm not perfect. You're definitely not perfect. Bad choice of words. But the history books will remember you as a man of the people, a champion of the working class. Will there be a few paragraphs in there about World War III? Most definitely. You take the good with the bad, right?
Please stop talking.
Mr. President, I think the time calls for another speech. The networks are ready to carry another live address to the nation.
What do I say?
I don't have any notes. You're just going to have to wing it, like on the campaign trail.
All right. My fellow Americans, I'm speaking to you live from the Oval Office because I have several important announcements to make. First off, I realize that California has mostly gone and that Nevada is now on fire too. These are, of course, frightening developments, but after reevaluating our previous approach, our strategy has now shifted to fighting fire with fire. So I ask anyone with access to fire to join the relief effort. Secondly, many of you might be wondering where exactly the Statue of Liberty went, but I am saddened to report that it has been stolen. We're following a few leads, but at this point the details are murky. But I can assure the American people that the perpetrators will be brought to justice. And lastly, it seems like nuclear war is imminent. I don't know what I did to deserve this. Although I guess you elected me, so that's one thing. I tried really hard. We tried, I promise. It's a long story involving Finland, communist spies, the French. I tried. It was hard. Harder than I thought it would be. You know, weird. Really, really weird. You wouldn't believe the kinds of people that work in this place. Though I guess that doesn't inspire confidence since I hired them. Look, people make mistakes. I'm not perfect, but you're not perfect either, you know? And sometimes the mistakes that we make have terrible consequences. They're just usually not this terrible. I just want to go back.
Hello? Yo,
What?
you drink, man?
My drink?
Yeah, the one you ordered.
It's Greg always joking for you.
We didn't have any alcohol, so just, yeah.
What was it you were saying about the election?
Election.
Politics? All that?
I don't remember.
Well, I'll tell you what I think about this election. See, you know how they say the only people who really understand this world are those who left it? That's why I'm voting for President Reagan this time. All you have to do is go to